Mr. Sanjeev Puri, President CII, Mr. Chandrajit Banerjee, DG CII, ladies and gentlemen, good evening to one and all. I am delighted to note that CII annual session theme this year is a topic close to everyone's mind right now, building trust. But before I begin, I would like to congratulate all of you for India becoming the world's fourth largest economy. Today, we stand ahead of Japan, United Kingdom, and even France. We are also world's fastest growing economy. If there is one thing which has made this possible, it is the unwavering trust of 140 crore Indians in the India story. Many wonder, what is the India story? The India story is the story of tradition meeting transformation. It is a story of democracy walking alongside development. It is a story of kindness towards friends, but use of might against enemies. It is a story of ensuring that water and blood do not flow together. The India story is the story of being compassionate towards all, but assertive and forceful to those who want to harm Bharat. Because the India story is about always keeping India first. Friends, most of you as leaders of the business world traveling abroad, I can say it without doubt that you must have felt a rising Indian cloud over the last decade. Indian businesses too are seen with respect. So I'm delighted that CII's annual Business Summit 2025 is focused on building trust, India first. Stephen Covey in his book The Speed of Trust highlight how trust leads to faster and better results for organizations. Business author Tom Peters very rightly says, technique and technology are important, but adding trust is the issue of the decade. Today we are very fortunate is being led by our Honorable Prime Minister Shri Narendra Modi ji, who has made environmental protection a participative process. Mission Life launched by Honorable Prime Minister Shri Modi ji is about communities, business, individuals, the young and the old coming together to save planet Earth. Led by Prime Minister Shri Narendra Modi ji, our policy in climate action is based on principle of building trust by ensuring India first. So when you ask me, what is India's climate policy architecture? I say it is about securing the right of 140 crore citizens to clean energy. It is also about keeping our skies blue and our oceans clean. The pathway for India as an emerging economy is about building a robust economy which is in sync with ecology. Ladies and gentlemen, for any country's economic and social progress and effective governance, trust is central. The people trust the government to keep the borders secure, achieve economic stability, maintain social harmony, and lead the country towards a sustainable future. Building trust is driving force behind our bold multilateral commitments, deepening bilateral engagements. In a world that's surrounded by disruptive waves of geopolitics, India remains the most trusted partner for the global world due to its political stability, visionary leadership, cultural values, and unwavering commitment for a sustainable world. As a land of development oriented nature worshippers, India's role as an actor in the global climate arena and is the voice of the global south is supported by initiatives under three interlinked drivers. First, self-reliant circular economy. Second, protecting natural ecosystems and strengthening resilience. Third, promoting adaptation. India's unique climate policy architecture successfully balances developmental imperatives with ambitious climate goals. By sharing with other emerging economic countries this model of growth that's backed by policy frameworks, institutional innovations, and regulatory approaches, India can continue to be the trusted partner and at the same time lead the emerging economies seeking to align growth with climate resilience. Members of the August gathering. Today, I will like to briefly discuss these three drivers and how they are shaping India's trustworthiness. The first pillar, I will like to talk about the development of a self-reliant circular economy. The current global market conditions, limited natural resources, waste accumulations, and environmental damage associated with it have necessitated the transition of the existing industrial ecosystem from a linear model to self-reliant circular economy model that is reliable, resilient, and is known for its high quality global manufacturing ecosystem. To expedite the integration of circularity, government has notified target for recycling and use of recycled content under the extended producer responsibility guideline for tire, battery, used oil, plastic, end of life vehicle, construction, demolition and e-waste. The ban of single-use plastics and the eco-mark scheme ensures effective reuse and recycling by building awareness about sustainable consumption and production and use of alternative eco-friendly materials. By embedding principle of circularity across the value chain, India has moved the needle in not just resource efficiency, but also towards better management of waste, which is growing at a very fast pace. Every year, India generates around 62 million tons of waste. A major chunk of this comprises of plastic, electronic, and hazardous waste. By enabling producers to take responsibility for the end of life management of their products, government continues to support the transition of a circular economy. By 2050, India expects a circular economy sector to be worth $2 trillion. It will also lead to creation of 10 million green jobs. I will also like to share with you that the Environment Ministry recently facilitated the signing of MOU between Government of Telangana and the Council of Scientific and Industrial Research in December to develop a skilled workforce in recycling and waste management. I am pleased to inform you that industry also supports this transformation by channelizing investment in high quality recycling equipment that can support closed loop recycling. Between 2022 and 2024, India's recycling sector saw investment to the tune of 10,000 crore. The policy reforms and multi-stakeholder collaboration have also led to reduced import dependencies. Friends, I believe a strong voluntary business action is needed to complement the policy reforms in India's pursuit for a circular, self-reliant economy. For countries still sitting on the fence, these robust interventions present a compelling case to relook their linear production models, optimize available resources, and change the way waste is viewed. I invite you all to join the Resource Efficiency and Circular Economy Industry Coalition launched under India's G20 presidency as a collaborative platform to facilitate knowledge sharing, best practices sharing, and sustainable practice among the participating industries. Ladies and gentlemen, the second enabler I will like to talk about is India's focused approach toward environmental sustainability and protection of the natural ecosystems. I will once again like to put emphasis on mission life. According to the Economic Survey 24-25, estimate mission life related activities can lead up to saving of nearly 440 US dollar billion globally by 2030. I am happy to share with you that under this community led global initiative, India has planted 109 crore saplings between June 2024 and January 2025 under the nationwide campaign Ek Ped Maa Ke Naam. The introduction of green credit rules under Mission Life is another innovative initiative that is built around incentivizing voluntary action toward environmental conservation. The third and perhaps the most important factor that is contributing to India's growing role and recognition in the global sustainability space is its action toward building resilience and promoting adaptation. When we talk about global climate commitments, it is important to understand that India believes and advocates for the principle of equity and common but differentiated responsibilities and respective capabilities. India realizes that the emerging countries' climate considerations can cost them precious resources, slow their socio-economic growth aspiration, and affect livelihood opportunities. As a major climate policy contributor and as the voice of Global South, India continues to advocate for CBDR on multilateral forums. With increasing occurrences, intensity, and duration of extreme weather hazards such as heat waves, heavy rainfall events, and cyclones, India, like most countries, is also facing increasing vulnerabilities due to climate risk. India's, high, India's heightened proximity to the challenges emerging from climate change can be ascertained by the fact that India ranks sixth in Global Climate Risk Index in 2025. To strengthen effort to address climate change related risks and build India's climate resilience, the government recently released draft framework of the climate finance taxonomy. By detailing the methodology for classifying activities, projects, and measures under adaptation and mitigation, the taxonomy will contribute to India's climate commitment, strengthen its resilience building effort, and facilitate investment in adaptation solutions and technologies that reduce the risk of adverse impact of climate change. In a future step towards strengthening adaptation, the government has embarked on a journey to create an inclusive roadmap through the development of the first National Adaptation Plan to be submitted to the United Nations Framework Convention on Climate Change in a few months. It is based on the pillars of enhancing adaptive capacity, strengthening knowledge system, and reducing exposure to climate risk. Ladies and gentlemen, the challenges facing us are huge, but our resolve to win them is bigger. I firmly believe we can do it quicker and better by coming together because coming together is beginning and working together is success. Thank you. Jai Hind.